So we have more cricket for you on this edition of the SportsMax Zone. Round 4 of the 2025 West Indies 4-day championship continued earlier on Thursday, with stumps being drawn on day 2 action in all 4 matches a short while ago. Let's first get the latest from the contest between Jamaica Scorpions and the Guyana Harpy Eagles from Gerard Morris Seeley, who is live on location at Sabina Park.
Thank you so much, Sir Lance. And yeah, hello to you, Ricardo and Mariah, and viewers. I am at Sabina Park, where you can see that it was a brilliant day for Guyana as they lead by a commanding 362 runs after ending the day on 68 for 1. Now, it would be shocking, though, that they did bat again, because in Jamaica's reply to their first innings of 339 all out, they were dismissed for 44. That's right, 44, which is now the lowest total in this format of the West Indies Professional League since it became a franchise system. And now they have the lowest score, 44 all out, Jamaica Scorpions, in reply to Guyana's first innings, 339 for 10 all out. Of course, they were dismissed. Now, that 339 was really triggered by a wonderfully made 116 from Kevlon Anderson, his fourth first-class 100 now, that is. He batted very confidently. He was not troubled at all. And quite frankly, I believe that 100 could have easily been a 150 or 100 or close to 200 if the outfield was not as heavy as it is, because a lot of those twos that he would have ended up getting could have easily been 4 runs if the outfield was as smooth as it should have been, and a lot of those singles could have been 2s or even 3s if things were as good. And he shared in a 137-run stand with Matthew Nandu, who finished with 61 in the first innings, and then Kemal Savory in that first innings on this day 1, as they started on 260 for 5. Guyana would have pushed them to 339 with 44, blistering 44 before he was dismissed. Yeah, and I want to take a little bit closer of a look at Jamaica's innings, though, because it was very disappointing. 6 of the batsmen in the Jamaican lineup were clean bowled. It was a really good attacking, aggressive performance from the Guyana Harpy Eagles team. They were led by Niall Smith and, of course, the other opener, who is Ronaldo Ali Mohammed. Those 2 bowlers would have bowled about 22 overs on the trot at the Jamaican Scorpion batsmen. Ali Mohammed getting 6 for 17, and Niall Smith 4 wickets to help dismiss the Jamaica Scorpions. And it was a poor performance, of course, with the bat. The best score for the Jamaica Scorpions coming 5 runs from Javel Glenn. And I wouldn't say that it was much of a conditions thing, though, because the conditions were pretty okay for batting. Yes, they had to deal with a lot of movement off the pitch, in and out, but they were aggressive, Niall Smith and Ronaldo Ali Mohammed, bowling bouncers. It was pretty much very much reminiscent of the West Indies of old. Lots of bouncers, lots of aggressive deliveries, making the batsman play and miss a lot, and striking the batsman on a few occasions. But yeah, Kevlon Anderson, of course, the man who would have been able to trigger such a great performance from this Guyana Harpy Eagles. I'm going to have a chat with him now. He's going to join me, Kevlon Anderson. Kevlon, you were really good on day 1, especially because you did bat at number 3 to start, but you didn't bat in the second innings. But just talk me through your century, another century this season. How easy was it to bat out there, because you looked very comfortable?
First of all, I just like to thank the Almighty, for another opportunity to express myself and the talent that He has given me. I think it's a pretty good wicket to bat, and just have to apply yourself, play each bat its merit, and I think I stuck to the task pretty well and back my ability and my training.
You had to retire hurt at the end of, in the last session on day 1, were struck by a ball and then you rolled your ankle, but how's your injury doing now?
It's pretty good now. I actually got hit today on my elbow, so this is why I didn't get to bat 3 today, but it should be ready for tomorrow.
Yeah, I need to ask you, though, about your decision, your team's decision to bat again. After dismissing the Scorpions for 44, lots of people would have thought that you would have just enforced follow on and give yourself a better chance at winning this game within 3 days. Why the choice to bat a second time?
I think it's the bowlers are already tired, so I think just wear them down a bit more, get them in the sun, because still 2 days to go, so I think there's just the plan like to wear them down. So we come out second innings bowling at tired legs.
Yeah, tired legs, yeah. Okay, and what's going to be approach now for tomorrow? Because you finished on 69 for one. Tej Narayan still at the crease. Of course, Matthew Nandu's still, well, there as well. Well, no, well, Tej is there. He's a bit of a cumulative batsman. He likes to take his time at the crease. He's on 33 right now. What do you think is going to be approach for tomorrow as you're looking down the barrel at 400 runs?
I think probably looking at 450. We put ourselves in a position where we can't lose but win. You know, and we already got first innings, so I think 450 with enough time declaring and getting enough time to bowl at them.
When I ask you about your performances throughout the entire series so far, a couple of hundreds now, are you looking for a shoe into the West Indies spot because the number 3 batsman position is a very open one in my books?
Well, I'm just sticking to my ability, my plans, and my talent. You know, everything takes time, and it's a work in progress. So I just stick to what I have to do my job, and then the selectors then will do theirs.
Thank you so much, Kevin. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, cheers.
Yeah, so that's Kevin Anderson there from the Guyana Harper Eagles. So just to give you a roundup again of the scores here, Guyana, they lead by 362 runs after finishing day 2 here at Sabina Park on 68 for 1. And yeah, earlier they scored 339 all out in their first innings. And that was led by a magnificent 116 by Kevlon Anderson and 61 by Matthew Nandu. And then they returned with the ball. Ronaldo Ali Mohammed was 6 for 17, crushing the Scorpions batting lineup and dismissing them, helping to dismiss them for 44 all out. 44 all out they are. So that's it here from Sabina Park.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Gerard Morris-Seeley. Dominant performance from the Harper Eagles, the defending champions. We had spoken earlier on this week about them beating Jamaica very badly in last year's similar outing, and they're setting themselves up for another big win over the Scorpions. Over at Kensington Oval, Demal Evelyn, 2, and Calvin Marcus, yet to score, will resume batting on day 3 for the combined campuses and colleges, who trailed the Barbados Pride by 164 runs. West Indies all-rounder Ruston Chase followed up his day 1 5 for 70 with a century, 122 to help the hosts to 428 in 90.4 overs, responding to the CCC's first innings 262. Kevin Wickham was also among the runs for the Pride, scoring 95 against figures of 3 for 81 from Calvin Marcus. Meanwhile, the Leeward Islands Hurricanes lost captain Rakeem Cornwall for 2 on the stroke of stumps. Still a massive 315 runs behind the Windward Islands' first innings total of 480 at the Darren Sammy Cricket Ground in St. Lucia. Mikhail Louis was left unbeaten on 82 centuries from Shadrach Descart, 119, and Rand John, 109, had earlier led the Windward's effort with a bat against 4 for 66 from the discarded Windies pacer O'Shane Thomas. Joshua Bishop, 39, and Colin Bowen Tuckett, 39, will resume batting for the West Indies Academy, who are batting against the TNT Red Force over at the Coolidge Cricket Ground. The West Indies Academy got to stumps at 162 for 5, responding to the Red Force's 305. West Indies wicketkeeper Joshua De Silva earlier led TNT with a 3rd consecutive century. This season, 120 as Johan Lane caught 5 for 65, 5 for 56 for the Academy. So there's the wrap-up story on day 2 of the latest matches in the CWI West Indies Championship. Lots of wickets tumbling at Sabina Park, well, tumbling for the Jamaicans because they were bowled out for 44. There was a 1986 meeting between these two teams when Jamaica bowled out Guyana for 40 plus, I think it was 41 or 45, with Patrick Patterson picking up 7 wickets. And in the second innings, the Jamaicans dominated again, with Courtney Walsh taking 8 wickets to end up being winners in that match. But in that match, when they were bowled out cheaply, Ricardo and Mariah, the response for the Jamaica team to Guyana's 40 plus all out was only 126. And guess who top scored? Michael Holding. Ooh. And guess who was the second highest scorer? Wayne Lewis, former SportsMax Zone presenter.
Yeah, he's still with us, though.
I tell you something, though. I was interested in the explanation as to why the Harpy Eagles did not enforce the follow-on.
Yeah.
And I, I was a little bit taken aback by the explanation,
yes.
That the bowlers might be a little tired because they only bowled 25 overs,
yes.
but 24 of those overs were bowled by 2 players. And I can't believe that I'm actually agreeing with the Harpy Eagles and their decision. But Niall Smith bowled 13 overs. Ronaldo Ali Mohammed bowled 11.5 overs. And they took all 10 of the Scorpions' wickets.
Yeah.
And I think because of that, to then ask them to come back now with 20 overs to go and bowl another 10 to 15 overs at the end of the day, I think is probably asking quite a bit, because if you enforce the follow-on, chances are a lot of the bowling would have to be done by
the Pacers again.
Well, I was going to say the other bowlers, because
Well,
I don't know how
so.
much more
Yeah.
you would ask of Smith and Ali Mohammed
Yeah.
on day number 2 of the match. And so probably thought about it and thought to themselves, let's bat again, let's get close to a 500 lead and then have enough time to dismiss the Jamaicans and hopefully still go on and win the match. It's a decision that could backfire if it rains on days 3 and 4, because we've had quite a bit of rain in Jamaica over the last week and a half. So hopefully for the Harpy Eagles, the weather stays in their favor. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, just quickly though, Ramarak, you've been saying a lot in the past weeks that you're happy to see so many batsmen scoring heavily in the tournament. Centuries again today. Joshua De Silva with another 100. And there was 100 as well in the Windward Islands game, wasn't it? Shadrach Descartes. So the batting continues to flourish in the CWI West Indies 4-day championship.
It
Yeah.
must be the pitches and the ball.
No, but it wasn't a lot like the last round. It's just
Yeah,
like,
but still a lot. Must be the pitches and the ball, answered Mariah.
must be the great batting. Let's go to break.
Right.
Break time. Back in a moment.